Assignment A, number 19. It says Harry interviewed 20 tourists. She designated each bus as a group. She then randomly selected 2 tourists from each of the 10 buses that were on the bayfront. She asked each one how much US they intend to spend on the island. So it appears that Harry has a research undergoing, and the topic now appears to be tourist expenditure. And the research question seems to be, what is the significant characteristic of tourist expenditure? So the hypothesis, which is like an answer without having collected data yet, it says the tourist population average expenditure is equal to 200 US. So the objective now is to determine the significant characteristics of tourist expenditure. And to fulfill that objective, to test that hypothesis, or to answer that research question using data, here's the data that was collected. She interviewed 20 tourists. So that's raw data. So this data has to be organized, and there are different ways of organizing data. This question wants us to learn how to organize the data into a stem and leaf. Now we know that statistics can be defined in 2 different ways. It can be defined first and foremost as a series of collection, organization, representation, and the numerical analysis of data to make informed decisions. Now, in the numerical analysis, calculations will be taking place. So you have a second definition, which says that statistics can also be viewed as numerical values that were calculated by using a sample. So in the numerical analysis, the calculations that were made from the data, if that data is from a sample, these numbers that were calculated are called statistics. So it continues to say these values are generally called descriptive measures, because measures to describe the data set, because they are used to describe the data set. Here it is. When a sample is used, they are called sample statistics. But if you use a population, they are called population parameters. So examples of these types of numbers are called the mean, the median, the mode, the variance, the standard deviation, correlation. So for example, if you use an entire population, you collect data from an entire population and you calculate the mean, that mean is called a parameter because it's a population used to calculate it. But if you take a fraction from that population, let's say 30, you have a population of thousands, but you just take 30 or 100 and you calculate the mean because you did not use all the respondents, then your mean is a sample statistic because it was calculated by using a sample. So the whole point I'm trying to bring forth is that when the data, coming back to the first definition of statistics, when the data is quality, it needs to be organized. It's a form of presenting the data. And tables are very much popularly used to do that. But question number 19, part A, wants you to use a stem and leaf instead of the conventional table. Now you can get assisted solution in week 2. Week 2 is like unit 2, page 3. So let's go there to see what is there. Here we are in unit 2 or week 2, page 3. It says stem and leaf. The stem and leaf is an efficient way of organizing raw data. Here are the steps that you can follow to complete a stem and leaf. So first you create a partition or a vertical line. On the left side of this line, you list the first digits of the number. These will be the stems. So here you have 1, 2, 3. On the right side, you will write the second digits. These will form the leaves. The number of leaves must equal to the number of values. In this example, there will be 30 leaves. Consequently, a value like 16 implies that 3 will appear 3 times. So let's take a look at where these numbers were taken from. So let's go higher up. So these are the values. So here are the 30 values. As you can see, they are 2-digit numbers. So it is explaining that 16 appears 3 times. You have one 16 there, another 16 there, another 16 there. So this is why, the stem of 1 has 6 3 times. So that's 16, 16, 16. And you can sense the form of organization. So as you can see, these are the values here. They are disorganized, although they are in a table, but they are scattered all over the place. They are not in ascending, neither descending order. They are not organized. But if you take a look at how it is presented now in this stem and leaf, you have stems of 1. Remember, the stem is the first digit. And here you are, the stems of 1. You have stems of 2. As you can see, 2. Stems of 3 and stems of 4. And you notice that the stems are not repeated. You only write the stem value once. However, the leaves are repeated because the number of leaves must equate to the number of values. So because 16 appears twice, you'll have 3 60s, multiple 7s, and so forth. Now, take note that these numbers are 2-digit numbers. What if you have 3-digit numbers? Now we are going to another Google Classroom where 3-digit numbers, how to represent 3-digit numbers on stem and leaf, because the assignment question have 3 digits. So here you can see these numbers have 3 digits. How do you represent 3 digits on a stem and leaf? Point, the first 2 digits will form the stem. And if you'd like a visual demonstration of this, you can quickly YouTube this or Google it. You can do that right now. Just go to another tab, go to YouTube, and you can just type how to organize. This is a form of presentation, data, or organize 3-digit numbers on a stem and leaf. These are 2 digits. These are 2 digits. How to make a stem and leaf plot with 3 digits. Okay, so you can do that. And apart from that now, there's another another Google Classroom that you can go to. Go to Google Classroom, TR6E2WI. Join. TR6E2WI. I've said it so many times, I memorized it. You go to classwork and you go to recording. This is for another course that is going on elsewhere in another institution, but the assignments are 4. You can go to assignment A, recordings, and here you have how to construct a stem and leaf. That's my recordings. And you can go there also if you really need to. However, I am perceiving that here. So here, as you can see, is explaining the question very similar to number 19. And here is a demonstration of how you can a 3-digit number. So apart from this, YouTube should be able to help you also. So that should suffice to complete question number 19, part E.